So I said I could do a new video for you guys. I didn't expect it to be so soon. Come on. So I took one step forward and probably 2 or 3 back. I had something else happen to me yesterday. I went to Target because I drive my car every day, buy milk and bread and a few other things. And I saw this other cool 911, took a picture of it, here it is. Both Carrera 4S's, that's a .1, I have a .2. I go to start my car, turns on, I put it in drive, it dies. Try to turn it back on again, it is weak, it does not want to turn on. So I waited a minute. I let the traffic go and then I turned it on again. And if I put it in neutral and put it in drive, the RPMs would change. So I waited till it was clear where I could just put it in drive and go. And as soon as I did that, I took off, and then it seemed like it was driving fine, but I felt like, almost like it's slipping, like the gears are slipping, or the clutch is slipping. It's a PDK, it shouldn't slip clutches. Shouldn't slip a clutch like a worn out clutch on a manual. So then as I'm getting to my house, I'm going up the hill, and I come to a stop sign on the hill, and I go to put my foot on the brake, and the brake is rock hard. And I was like, okay, so the hill assist activated. As soon as I step on the gas a little bit, the RPMs just drop. Almost stalls, it recovers, and I go make it to my house. So then I'm in my driveway, and I was like, well, since I'm in my driveway, I'm already home, I put it in neutral and put it in drive. And put in neutral, drive, reverse, the RPMs go up and down. The car wants to stall. Stayed running, but something is definitely wrong with the car. Another thing that I'm gonna do may have absolutely nothing to do with it, or may be the problem. My function first transmission mount insert, I'm removing that today. I've done about 2,000 miles on the car, and in those 2,000 miles, I will tell you, the car is so much smoother, the engine's smoother, no vibrations driving, nothing. But at idle, I've got pretty good vibrations. I'm paranoid about the long-term effect of those vibrations on the transmission, on the distance sensor and everything else, just vibrating and shaking the crap out of the transmission. And I'm hoping I haven't messed something up by having it in there for 2,000 plus miles. I'm not gonna film the removal. I'll show you the parts right here. These are the OEM Porsche. They call them shock pads or mount pads, whatever they're called. But here's the OEM parts, part number from Porsche. I'm going to reinstall those, and I'm not going to install the function first transmission. If somebody else wants to use it, hit me up, send me a message, and I'll give them to you for free, and you can try it out. The goal right now is just to get the car 100% healthy, because I have no confidence in it right now, and that sucks. Having a car that is this nice, you don't have confidence to drive it because you think it's gonna stall on you or something else. It hasn't been perfect for a few months, and I gotta figure this out. And then what we're gonna do after that, I don't know. All right, let's see how it starts this morning. I just want to turn it on and see how it does. Cold start. See that? All right, what happens when I put it in gear? Yeah, it almost dies. See that? Neutral, goes up. So obviously Something is not right. Let's get cracking on removing the transmission mount.
So you can see the difference in the width between the OEM part and the function first insert. And that's completely installed. The good thing is it probably doesn't put any pressure on the brackets around it, so no vibrations.
So here's the inserts, the function first inserts. They're in perfect shape. They're a little dirty, but they're not broken, torn, cracked, or anything. So like I said, if you want to try these out, you want to save yourself some money, give me a shout, I'll send them to you. So now let's turn on the car and see, does it have less vibration? This is just a yes or no question. I don't even have to drive it. I'll know because the vibrations I had were at idle. So if I turn on the car here at idle, it'll either have the same or less vibrations. So let's find out. Let's turn it on. Less vibrations, without a doubt, less vibrations. So I haven't fixed my issue. Of the RPM, fuel, whatever. But that's not what I was trying to do. I was removing those to remove the vibration, and success. No vibrations. It smells really rich right now too, though. Strange. So, unfortunately, I got the check engine light. Luckily, I'm just in my garage. I was trying to see if the car was going to do what it did yesterday with turning off, so I just turned it on and let it warm up. And I am back into the rich condition. It's trying to fix itself, but it's definitely back to the rich condition that I had before. There's my fuel rail pressure. I don't know if that's right. I think it is, but I'm gonna have to look up, is that fuel pressure correct? So next stop, Porsche dealership, because I don't know what's wrong with the car at this point. I don't have the money to keep throwing things at it and keep guessing wrong. So it's time to go to Porsche. So now we officially have a check engine light again, and we don't care. I'm just gonna go drive the car now to check for vibrations, because I did the swap to the OEM transmission mount stops, is what they're called. Gordelio's with me. Gordo. Yeah, he's with me. We're just gonna go drive around the neighborhood. The only thing we care about right now is that the vibrations. We're not worried about the check engine issue. The reason we're not worried about the check engine issue is because I've had these two codes before, and the car drove perfectly fine. So not really concerned with that. We're just driving the car around the neighborhood right now to see if the vibrations are better. I can already tell you they are. And B, to see if the engine stalls on me. Hopefully it does not. But just switching from reverse to drive, the RPMs did drop real quick and recover real quick. So it's not encouraging. Well, at least if it dies here in my neighborhood, I can walk to my house. Process of elimination. Everything I've done so far, you can roll those things out, which are throttle body, spark plugs, coil packs, O2 sensors, mass airflow sensor. You can rule all that out. Those are all done. Those are all new. I've done a smoke check, but I'm not convinced that I don't have an evap leak somewhere. Could also be the high pressure fuel pump is starting to fail. That's a common failure on 997.2s, and I hope it's not that. This has already been replaced once on this car. The most expensive one is the fuel injectors are leaking internally. I hope it's not that last one, because if it's the fuel injectors leaking internally, that's gonna be an expensive one. Right now, the car is driving like it used to drive. Barely any hesitation or stumble, just a little tiny bit off throttle. But when I come to a stop sign, it doesn't die, it just goes to idle. And right now, it's actually driving really well. Another thing it does is, right before it shifts, it revs up. I'm in automatic mode, I'm not in manual mode. But even if I was in manual mode, it does the same thing. Right before the shift, the RPMs go up real quick, almost like the ECU is trying to rev match, but this car has never been really good at rev matching. Yeah, right before I went to shift to second, so before it puts it in second gear, the RPMs go up another like 100, 150 RPMs, and then it goes into second gear. All right, that was quick. That was it. Real quick and fast. Vibrations are definitely less now than they were with the function first transmission insert. Feels almost like stock, which as far as the vibes go, which is good. The car didn't cut off on me. It does. The RPM does surge a little bit here and there, but overall the car didn't cut off. Right now the it's idling perfectly. I still have the check engine light, I still have the check workshop, but I don't have reduced power or anything else. I am not going to clear it. Normally I clear it. I'm not going to clear it this time. I'm going to leave it there so the shop can see it and they can investigate it, and maybe a certified Porsche technician that has a lot more experience with these cars than I do can tell me what the hell's wrong with the car. So stay tuned for that. So overall the car is driving fine. It says it's rich, is why I haven't wanted to drive it a lot lately. I do feel it's surging a little bit. I feel, especially right before it shifts, right before it goes to the next gear, it will surge the RPM up 100 to 200 RPM. Even just then, I just touched it and I watched it surge on its own. So that's something that's new that's happening. So unfortunately, the parts I've thrown at it haven't fixed it. So that brings me to where the hell I'm going right now. So I was gonna take my car to Porsche. I actually had an appointment with Porsche because if it is the fuel pump, the high pressure fuel pump, some of the symptoms kind of tell me it's the high pressure fuel pump, some don't. But if it is the high pressure fuel pump, then there's a chance the Porsche will cover it under warranty. If it's anything else, they're absolutely not gonna cover it. So I made my appointment. I said, you know what? I'll bite the bullet. I'll pay the higher labor rate for just them to look at the car. And I couldn't get them to give me a diagnostic price. I said, what's your diagnostic price to just look at my car? Just to hook up the computer to it and look at it and tell me what's wrong with it via the computer. The VIN, when I called Porsche, they could look it up and said it has been done. So if it was done already, then it's still under warranty. I don't know what the mileage is for that warranty. I'm not sure, but they said they would probably do me a courtesy and replace it again if it is that. The problem is, if it's anything else, it's not warranty, it's on me. At $250 an hour. So I said, all right, well, you know what? It's Porsche, they'll be able to figure it out. So I said, yeah, I'll still take it to them, $250 an hour. So I was supposed to take my car to them that Monday morning. It's Thursday right now when I'm making this video. Monday morning I was supposed to take the car to them for them to look at, and I wanted to see if I could talk to a mechanic and tell them what I've done, what I've replaced. Tell them I've changed this, why did I change this, why did I do that, kind of give them my troubleshooting tree and logical thinking. And show them, I also wanted to show them the parts that I took off the car because I still have them. So they can look at them, say, oh yeah, that was good. No, that was a waste of time. You shouldn't have changed that. You're a dumbass. And I would have said, yes, I agree. But none of that happened. Because when I called Porsche and I said, hey, I have an appointment today to bring my car in. Can I talk to the technician? They said, okay, yeah, you have an appointment at such and such time. We'll see you then. I said, well, is someone going to come meet me so I can show them what I've done with the car and trying to help figure this problem out? And I was told no. My appointment was just for me to bring my car there, so they knew my car was coming. Once my car is there, it gets put in a queue. I said, okay, how long is the queue? I'm thinking the queue is like, you know, it's gonna be that day, later that day or something. I was like, oh, I can drop the car off and bring it back later, no problem. No, they said the queue is 3 to 5 business days. I said, excuse me? So what the heck is appointment? And so they said again, the appointment is to put you in a queue so that the next available technician can come look at your car within 3 to 5 days. So I make an appointment to just leave you my car, and you'll get to it when you can get to it. That pissed me off. I understand there's an operational way of doing things, and I understand they're short-staffed, but don't make appointments to put somebody in queue. That's dumb. How about you just make an appointment that someone can look at their vehicle? I mean, what's the big deal of making me an appointment for 3 days or 5 days from the date my appointment was originally scheduled, so that when I bring it in that 3rd or 5th day, someone can actually look at it? Just saying. Whatever. I called my friends in Matrix who've worked on my car many times, and they're also the ones that did the ECU tune. And I was like, you know what? They did the ECU tune. They know this car. May not be warranty, but at least they will probably figure out exactly what's wrong with it. They have a dedicated Porsche specialist, and I'm sure they'll be able to figure it out. Hopefully. Right now, at least right now, the extra problem I'm having of surging, I can add that to the mix of what's going on with the car for troubleshooting. So I'm sitting here at idle, at a red light. Everything is -1, -2, negative. So it's not bad. It's pretty close to 0. It actually looks correct. But I can tell you, when I'm off throttle as I'm driving, there's that subtle hesitation. And now a new development I'm getting, it's starting to surge a little, like just coming through the tunnel here. I was in 3rd gear, and I'm just barely touching the throttle, and the RPMs would just go up. Let me shift. You heard that? It goes whoom. It's doing this little surge thing all by itself. Something in this car is not happy. I don't know what it is. Not saying I'm not giving up, but there's a time and a place when you have to get professional help. I've said it many, many times. I am not a professional. I am a professional aircraft mechanic, and that I can do all day long, have the confidence to do it. I know what I'm doing. But when it comes to this, I could probably figure it out. But these cars with the CAN bus system, with the electronics, are so complicated. If you haven't been trained and you don't know exactly what to look for, you're going to be in my situation where you throw a bunch of money at it, a bunch of parts, and you still haven't fixed the original issue. Now, my idle is perfect. It drives overall well. This little surge that it's doing now, this is the new thing. But it idles perfect. Overall, it drives well, which means that I'm at the early onset of something bigger happening. I don't think it's the high pressure fuel pump, because it starts right away. It idles perfectly once it's idling. I'm scared to say that it's the fuel injectors, because the fuel injectors are $2,300. $2,300, that's right. And you cannot get any other fuel injectors other than Porsche. Right there, it just did it again. It's doing this little annoying surge where it's not like surging way up, but it's going up a few hundred RPM. You can hear it and you can feel it, and it's not normal at all. Okay, that time it surged really. It went up about 1,000 RPM. It just did it again. I don't know what the hell that's going. I really don't know what's going on. I'm happy I'm driving it. So I can smell gas. Yeah, I can smell gas. Something on this car is not happy. All right, this is Matrix integrated. This is a candy shop for all things Porsche, Volkswagen, Audi, German cars. This is where you want to bring your car. They know what they're doing in here. It is a candy shop. I'm parked in front of Matrix right now, and here's my numbers. So right now, it's not running lean at all. It's running pretty good, but the engine's completely warmed up. You can see we're almost at 200 degrees. And the oil coolant's right at 175. This is idle. Let's see if I can hold that up there. Fuel system's enclosed, and you can see my short term really close. It's running really good right now.
So I have no idea what the hell the problem is and why is it surging. But that's why we're here at Matrix. There goes my car. Actually, it's in good hands here in downtown Portland, Matrix Integrated. They'll figure out what the hell is wrong with it because I can't figure out what the hell is wrong with it. So now I'm riding home on my electric skateboard. I'm gonna catch, this is the streetcar. I could catch the streetcar, but I'm gonna catch the Max. I'm gonna go through downtown, go up Jefferson, it's faster, and I'll catch the Max back to my house and I'll get off by one stop after the zoo. I actually live closer to the zoo, but I'll get off a stop after because that stop from there to my house is super easy. It's a super easy drive, uphill. Electric skateboard has all the torque, so no issues, but it's flat, or it's straight. It's not curvy, it's not. So this is the area I used to live in before I bought my house. I used to bring my dogs here to that park, and it was just a cool place to live.